All right, so I got some kind of triangle over here. Maybe I should make it in darker colors. So I got black over here. And I am given, in this case, I'm given the angle is 30 degrees. I'm also given this side is unknown as x, and this side over here, the length is 12 centimeters. And I need to calculate the value of x. First thing I need to do is identify my sides. Now, if my angle is here, then that side is my opposite, and this side is always my hypotenuse because it's opposite the 90 degrees. So this is going to be equal to my hypotenuse, and this is going to be equal to my opposite side length over here. So from here, I can see that with opposite and hypotenuse, I should go to sine. Right. So I can see that sine is definitely opposite over hypotenuse. So let's go back there and we use sine. I'm going to go sine of 30 degrees is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Sine of 30 degrees is equal to x over 12. Now, on your calculator, if you push sine 30, it'll come to a half or 0.5. That'll equal x over 12. Now you have an equation, you have an unknown value of x, and you have to solve for it. So you'd multiply both sides by 12. And when you multiply both sides by 12, so you'll times the side by 12, times the side by 12, and that'll come to 6. If x is equal to 6, then we're done. The answer here is x is equal to 6. Okay, and that's the final answer there for this. So the first step over here, remember, was the following. Let's go back to where we were, right? So you got this, you got to label the side. So you got opposite side, hypotenuse. Okay, let's label it. Oh, and we can use sine. So we use sine. 30 equals opposite of hypotenuse, x over 12, and we solve for x by multiplying by 12 on both sides. Gets me 6 equals to x. Okay, we can do this again. Let's say this time the angle is at the top. I'm told that this is an unknown value x, and this is 60 degrees. I'm also told that this side is 10 centimeters. Now looking at this, that's my adjacent, and that's my hypotenuse. So adjacent over here, hypotenuse over here. Which one should I use, sine, cos, or tan? Adjacent by hypotenuse is going to be cos. So I go back again, and let's write down cos of the angle. It's not unknown now, we know it. It's equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So cos of 60 will equal 10 over x. And so from here now, I need to find the unknown value of x. Let's put cos 60 on a calculator first. Comes to half. So cos of 60 is the same as sine of 30, which is half. So we got 0.5 is equal to n over x. And so we flip both sides over. So this is 1 over 2 equals to 10 over x. If I flip the other both sides over here, this will become 2 over 1 equals to x over 10. And now that 10 is in the denominator, I can multiply by 10 on both sides. And 10 times 2 would give me 20. And 10 times x over 10 would get you x. X equals to 20. Final answer here, x is equal to 20. All right, and that's the final answer for that. Using cos, we've now solved for that. The previous one we used sine, calculating the value of x. But this one, your x was your opposite. Right, remember that was your opposite side there. Versus this, x is your hypotenuse. It's in the position of the hypotenuse. So when we substitute into our equation, we're missing that component over there, which is x. Let's look at the third case when we have a triangle and we want to find, given this is, let's say, 20 degrees, x is, and y is given as 5, and the angle is 20 degrees. So we want to calculate the value of x. Step 1, we identify the sides, and we see, okay, well, this side is adjacent, this side is opposite. Okay, so we label it adjacent, opposite. Now we have to choose the correct trigonometric function which we're going to use. We use sine cos of tan, we're going to use tan. And so tan of 20 will equal opposite over adjacent. Now what is tan of 20? Tan of 20 is 0.369. Let's just say we use 0.363, 364 is equal to opposite, which is 5, and adjacent is x. And that's what we want to find, x. Now, when you have the unknown x at the bottom of a fraction, another thing you can remember is we can swap. We're going to swap this with x. All right, so what will that become? X equals 5 divided by 0.364. That's like, for example, let's say 5 over 1 equals 5 over 2 equals 2.5. So 2.5 times 2 equals 5. So in this case, it's x. So x will be times that. And so 5 divided by 2.5 will give you 2. So we can just swap. We can always just swap these two when the unknown is at the bottom of that. Okay. All right, so then 5 divides into that. And now we put a calculation. Press the fraction button. 5 divides by 0.365. And it comes to 13.69 or 13.7. X is equal to 13.7. And we don't really have units here, meters, so we'll just put units as that for that.